Hey, what's going on, everyone? Thank you all so much for joining another live stream, my friends. I hope you guys have all been doing well out there today, and I hope you guys are all having a great start to your evening. And we are going to be giving you guys a big weather update on what we can expect as we get into the next couple of days, as we will not only be tracking severe weather, but we'll also be tracking the chances for flash flooding. We'll also be tracking some potential for even some damaging winds. So we will need to watch it very closely, as this does appear to be a pretty big concern. But yeah, so if you are new here to the YouTube channel, or if you haven't subscribed already, make sure to go down below and click that subscribe button, as we upload every day on this channel. And it's also important to also give this video a thumbs up as well, so that way you guys don't miss out on any future weather updates or live streams that we do on this channel. So make sure to do that, and we will definitely keep you guys up to date with the latest. But yeah, so if we first start out by taking a look at the future radar, let's go ahead and select that. We are going to be tracking some pretty good chances for some rainfall. I'm sorry about that. As we get into tomorrow, and as well as into Thursday, where we will likely be seeing some rainfall starting to push on in here. Could even be seeing the potential for even some severe storms down there in Texas, as we do have a marginal to site risk in play across those areas. Looks like my internet is pretty low, but yeah. So we will need to watch that. And then as we take this forward into Friday and Thursday, rainfall continuing across the Ohio Valley with rumbles of thunder could even cause some localized flooding issues as well. So we will need to be watching this area very closely down here in the Ohio Valley, all the way back down there into the deep south. After that heads out, we will then need to watch some more potential for some storms as we get into the next couple of weeks, one of which could potentially be a winter storm rolling on through the Great Lakes and Ohio Valley. This is far enough out to where things will still likely change, but definitely at the point to where we do need to watch it very closely, as a winter storm could definitely be possible. And then after that, we could then start to see possibly a line of showers and thunderstorms develop with that storm system on the backside. And then once again, we may see another one after that, but definitely not looking certain as of right now, as things will still likely change quite a bit. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and change something real quick. Looks like my thing is. Let's see, we're gonna go ahead and change that. We're gonna go ahead and do, let's try this. I'm gonna see if this does something. Okay. I just wanted to make sure my stream wasn't skipping. I was surprised it was skipping this time, but yeah. So once again, we will need to watch that area very closely. We will also need to keep an eye on the area even down here in the deep south, for potentially some pretty big storms that could roll on through as we get into the next few weeks. And then after that remains uncertain, but I definitely would not be surprised if we were under the gun for potentially some in the way of severe weather, or even another winter storm or two. So we will need to watch that very closely. And I also do want to point out that we also do have the potential for some severe weather as we get into the next few days. And if we take a look at the Storm Prediction Center outlooks, we will be tracking a site risk for flash flooding as we get into tomorrow, especially across Louisiana, parts there of Texas, and even up there into parts there of Mississippi, where I definitely, will be trying to go live for this. I'll have to see if I have time tomorrow to go live, but whether I do, we will definitely let you guys know about it. Let's see here. Nice channel. Thank you so much. I absolutely appreciate it, my friend. And yeah, like I said, we are going to be trying to go live tomorrow, as I do think some severe weather is likely going to occur. And then not only tomorrow, but also for day 3 as well. We do have a marginal risk for severe weather over there in the panhandle of Florida, where some lingering severe weather may be possible, but as of right now, I'm not really seeing any signs of that, as we are seeing the severe weather threat on day 3 only being very small across the panhandle of Florida and as well as southern Alabama, and we don't really have any hazards, so the chances of us seeing severe weather on Friday are going to be pretty low, but I definitely do think we will need to keep an eye on this very closely once again. I was just making sure it would work. Oh no. Sorry about my internet, guys. My internet has been pretty slow today. I'm kind of surprised it's been dropping quite a bit, which is why I'm dropping what it's showing. I think I'm gonna go back down to where I was before, and like I said, I'm really sorry that my internet may be slow today. Let's see if it starts working. And here, I'll actually be right back. I think I got an idea. Let me see if this works. I'm gonna go ahead and do something real quick. I'll be all right. Hopefully that works out now. I was just moving my internet thing around to see if it would work a little bit better, which it looks like it might be doing a little bit better now. But hopefully that continues. But yeah, once again, though, we will definitely need to be watching that area very closely as we get into the next couple of days, especially down here in the deep south, where we do have a marginal risk for severe weather once again. So we will need to watch that area very closely, and I do also think we could also be seeing even some thunderstorms over here in the Carolinas too, as well, as we get into Friday later this week. So we will need to keep an eye on once again this entire area very closely that I'm getting ready to circle right now. If I have my thing, okay, there we go. Pretty much this area all the way down here is going to be the area to keep an eye on, where we could be seeing some potential severe storms around. So something to watch for very closely as we get into the next couple of days, especially on Friday, like I said, so we will need to watch it closely. But yeah. But yeah, so yeah, like I said, we will be tracking that over down there in the south and southeast. If we take a look at the hazards now for those days, we are going to be tracking the potential for some tornadoes tomorrow. If we take a look at the tornado threat, we do have a 5% risk for tornadoes down there across Louisiana, back over there in the Mississippi, even over there into parts there of Texas, where we do have a slight risk for severe storms thunderstorms tomorrow, and we even have a 5% risk for tornadoes, as you can also see right there. So something to really keep an eye on very closely as we get into the next couple of days, especially as we get into tomorrow. So we will watch it very closely for you guys, as we could be seeing a few tornadoes tomorrow, possibly even some other things as well. And then if we compare that to the hail threat, hail isn't going to be the main concern tomorrow, but it will still be possible, so we will be watching that very closely. And then for the wind threat, I think the winds is going to be the main concern tomorrow, as we do have a pretty large 15% risk for damaging winds as well, so we will need to watch it very closely once again as we head into the next couple of days, especially tomorrow, where I am going to try to go live for this, so consider clicking that notification bell so that way you guys don't miss out on any future videos or live streams that we do on this channel. And also don't forget to subscribe as well. I definitely appreciate it, despite my internet being so slow today. And hopefully, like I said, hopefully I'll be able to go live tomorrow. I will have a pretty busy schedule tomorrow, so I'm not really sure if I am going to be able to go live. I'm just saying hopefully I am, so consider doing that so that way you guys don't miss out on a potential live stream tomorrow. Which the only time I would have is later tomorrow evening, but I don't think that's when the severe weather is going to be the worst. I think it will be tonight and into tomorrow morning where that severe weather is really going to start ramping up. And if I did have time, I would obviously try to go live Thursday morning when I have the most time, but once again, though, just not really seeing any signs of that happening. But yeah, so we will need to watch that area very closely over the next couple of days, especially as we get into tomorrow. And yeah, so that's going to be what we can expect as we get into the next few days. And once again, we will even have some chances for flash flooding anywhere from Texas all the way out there into the lower Ohio Valley, where anywhere from 1 to 3 inches of rainfall is looking likely. So if you're going to be outside, make sure you use extreme caution if you're going to be on the roadways, and if you see a flooded roadway, never drive through it. People always drown when they do that. But yeah, so that's what we're gonna be tracking these next few days. And of course, like I said, the rainfall is gonna also be pretty high, as anywhere from 1 to 3 inches is possible, anywhere from northeastern Texas all the way up there into the lower Ohio Valley. And so we will need to keep an eye on it very closely. I also would not be surprised at all if we did end up seeing some pretty good rainfall once again across some of these areas, maybe in some isolated higher totals. So we will need to watch that area very closely once again. We could even be seeing the potential for some pretty good flooding as well, especially down here in Arkansas, where some higher totals are also looking possible. So yeah, we're definitely gonna need to use or watch it closely. But yeah, so that's what we're gonna be tracking once again. Let's see. Like I said, I'm really sorry about my internet, guys. My internet is not doing too well. So I'm just trying to see if I can make this work. But yeah, so that's what we're going to be tracking as we get into the next few days, and we'll also be tracking some more storm systems as we get into the future by taking a look at the GFS ensemble. And if we take a look at the GFS ensemble, you guys can see how we are going to once again be tracking some rainfall down here in the deep south all the way up there into the Ohio Valley, where some rainfall does appear possible. After that, we will be tracking the potential for also some pretty good rainfall with this next storm system to come as we get into Thursday, February 6th, and as well as the 7th, and then after that, possibly even another one. But once again, way too far out to really tell exactly if this is going to be the case or not. But it is something to watch very closely, as we could be seeing the potential for some pretty good issues, or at least things that are appearing to be a little bit on the wild side of things. But yeah, so that's what we're going to be watching for as we get into the next few weeks. And then after that, we will be tracking the potential for some pretty good rainfall. Let's go ahead and look at our total rainfall now using the GFS ensemble. GFS ensemble is wanting to point out some pretty good rainfall across the lower Ohio Valley and as well as the deep south as we head from now all the way to the 8th of February. So we will need to watch it very closely, as it is looking to be a pretty big issue as we get into the first few weeks of February, and we could very well even see a winter storm as well as we get into February, which as of right now I'm not really seeing any big signs of snow, but we could definitely be seeing the potential for some pretty big winter storms rolling on through the northern United States as we get into February 8th out. So yeah. And if you haven't liked the stream already, like I said, I apologize for my internet being kind of slow today because my thing is kind of buffering right now. And I'm just gonna make sure my voice is sounding good. Yeah, so make sure to definitely give this live stream a thumbs up and also subscribe as well, as we will keep you guys up to date with the latest. But yeah, so that's what we're gonna see as we get into the first week of February. We also are gonna be tracking the potential for some pretty big storm systems rolling on through. Let's go ahead and take a look at those one more time using the GFS ensemble. And once again, gonna be tracking some rainfall down there from Texas all the way up there into the lower Ohio Valley, where rain, perhaps even a few rumbles of thunder, may occur as we get into the first couple weeks of our February, and then after that we will be tracking some pretty big storm systems around, so something to watch for, like I said, especially these next couple of days where we will be tracking that storm system, like I said, and then the first few weeks of February we could be seeing some more winter storms rolling on through potentially. So yeah, definitely make sure you guys are paying attention out there. But yeah. Yeah. But yeah, so we will need to watch it. And once again, guys, if you have not liked the stream already, make sure to give this live stream a thumbs up. I would really like it if we could try to reach up to 20 likes before we end this live stream right here. And so we will need to watch it very closely. And we will also need to watch even this wild pattern that's going to be rolling on through as well with our temperatures, which I'm getting ready to take a look at right now using the GFS ensemble. And with the GFS ensemble with our temperatures, you guys can see how we are going to be tracking some pretty cold air rolling on down by the time we get into February, and that's when we're going to be seeing the potential for a winter storm, especially across the northern United States. And after that, we might even see another one after that, but does appear to remain very uncertain as things are still looking to change quite a bit. But yeah, and like I said, guys, we will keep you guys up to date. I do think there is a pretty good chance that we may get a winter storm as we get into the first few weeks of February. It's just that that's still really far out from now, so it's going to be really hard to tell since we are heading over 5 days out. So obviously take those winter storms with a grain of salt that we just showed a second ago, but we will need to keep an eye on it closely. Let's see here. Thanks for joining me, Robert Johnson. I really appreciate it. Let's see here. Been snowy here. How is everyone? Great. Thank you, Robert. Let's see here. Spanish language. I know that guy has been joining my live streams and just been speaking Spanish. Kind of been wild. I assume he's probably a robot. Let's see here. Thanks for joining me, DDF10. I appreciate it. So yeah, that's what we're going to be seeing with our temperatures and as well as our precipitation. And just to give you guys an overview on what we could see as we get into the first couple weeks of our February, we are going to be tracking the potential for some warmer than normal temperatures across a pretty good portion there of the United States, especially down here in the deep south, while up here in the northwest, we are going to be tracking below normal precipitation and also below normal temperatures, especially over here in the northwest, where we could be seeing a lot of that, and we could even be seeing those above normal temperatures even get all the way up there into the lower Ohio Valley, including places like Cleveland, Ohio, by the time we get into the first week of our February. And then if we take this a little towards during the middle of our February, this is when the temperatures remain about the same, just not as we're just not going to be as above normal, and we're also not going to be as below normal either at the same time. And this is mainly due to the chances being a little bit on the lower side of things, but once again, we will still be tracking the same pattern even as we get a little bit later into our February. Let's see here. It's southern Great Lakes going to see a high risk for severe weather in the spring and summer of 2025. A high risk for severe weather, my friend, would be extremely rare. This is something we would not really see very often, and I can't remember a single time when we've seen a high risk for severe weather ever develop in the Great Lakes. The only time I could remember was like back in the 19 sometimes. So like I said, my friend, probably not. The only time when we would see a high risk would maybe be during like the summer or spring when we have more moisture to work with. So yeah, probably not, my friend. A high risk would be very rare, and that's not really something we would see. Let's see here. Do you think Missouri could see some flooding? Yeah, Missouri is definitely going to be under the gun for some flooding issues, like what I was explaining earlier in this live stream, where places like Northeast Texas, all the way up there into the Lower Ohio Valley, is going to be at risk for some potential flooding issues, including parts there of Missouri, like I was talking about. And it depends on your location in Missouri, because if you live farther down here towards the Boot Hill, Missouri, this is where we could be seeing those flooding issues. But if you're a little farther to the north, rain is still looking likely, as we even got a marginal risk up here farther to the north, but the chances of flash flooding are not looking as bad as what we're going to be seeing down here in southeast Missouri, as they are going to be up here in central and northern Missouri, where we don't really have any risk for flash flooding, thankfully. But yeah. So yeah, so that's what we're gonna be tracking these next few days once again, and same goes as we even get into day 3, especially over here in the north, especially over here in like northern Illinois and Indiana, where we're gonna be seeing a little bit of leftover rainfall. But I think it's gonna be over here in the Pacific Northwest where we start to see that rainfall start to ramp up, and we could even continue to see that risk for flash flooding across Northern California, and we could even see that as we get into the weekend as well. And once again, guys, I apologize for the inconvenience about if my internet is being really slow today. Usually my internet is a lot better than this, but this time it's been a lot slower, and I'm hoping that I can get some better internet. Let's see here. The fella speaking Spanish is saying there is a storm, Jessica, and a warning has been issued. My Spanish is dreadful, so not quite sure what he is saying in detail. Yeah, I'm actually gonna go ahead and copy that, and I'm gonna go ahead and paste it over here so we can see what he's really saying. Let's do that. Yeah, so for what pulled up, let's see, to English. It's a pretty long sentence that he was saying. Let's see what he said. So yeah, it looks like he was talking about yeah, I think you're right, Robert, how he was talking about how a warning got issued, because as you can see, after copying it and pasting it, these things have pulled up, which kind of tells us that he's, talking about the weather and how things been getting issued, which is fine. But once again, it's kind of something that I don't really prefer on my live stream. But yeah. Yeah, and yeah, so that we talked about most of what we wanted to. If any of you guys got any questions to leave down in the chat, feel free to leave that, as I will definitely get to those sooner than later. And once again, I really do apologize for any inconvenience that there may be with my internet, as once again, my internet is not usually like this, but hopefully it will be a lot better next time. And despite my internet being like this, make sure to give this live stream a thumbs up and subscribe, so that way we can try to reach 2,000 subscribers before the spring. I really appreciate it. But yeah, and if you're just joining, we were talking about how another big winter storm could unfold as we get into the first couple weeks of February, and these next few days we will also be tracking the potential for severe weather, and we'll also be seeing the potential for even some flooding issues as well. So we'll go over that one more time, so that way you guys can get an idea on what to expect, as once again, temperature wise, likely to see both cold shots and warm shots rolling on through as we get into the next couple of weeks. So we will need to watch that very closely. And of course, with the radar that we're getting ready to look at right now, we will be tracking that storm system that we're going to be doing with these next few days, as rain, heavy rain, some flooding issues will be possible. After that, maybe a winter storm rolling on through the Ohio Valley as we get into February 8th, and maybe even another winter storm after that, but still remains very uncertain, and I would take that with a grain of salt if I were you. So yeah, that's pretty much what we're mainly going to be seeing over the next few days and the next couple of weeks. And before we end this live stream, make sure to give this live stream a thumbs up. Next stream around, I will make sure my internet is a lot better. So even though my internet may have been slow today, still consider clicking that like button, and as well as that subscribe button, as we will continue to keep you guys up to date with the latest, and so that way you guys don't miss out on a potential live stream that we may do tomorrow, which will be due to the threat of a few tornadoes potentially occurring tomorrow. So consider doing that, so that way you guys don't miss out on any future weather videos or live streams that we do on this channel, and hopefully we can even try to reach 2,000 subscribers before spring, which would be much appreciated. So make sure to do that, and yeah, definitely appreciate it, my friends. Even you guys who've been chatting with me, I really do appreciate your guys' questions. But yeah, I think we're going to go ahead and end the live stream. I really do appreciate you guys joining me. Once again, I will try to make sure things are better during my next live stream, which the next chance of me going live is going to be on Thursday. There's a chance I may not be able to go live due to me having a busy schedule, but still consider clicking that notification bell, as there's a chance of me going live tomorrow. And even if I don't go live tomorrow, I will try to go live again at some point. And yeah, make sure to subscribe, give this live stream a thumbs up, and I really do appreciate it, you all. Thank you all so much for watching. Hope you guys have a great rest of your Wednesday, and we will see you in the next one. Thank you all.